you dare to make mistakes? Do you dare to have fun? And do you dare to say, job well done? Well, let me repeat that again. Do you dare to make mistakes? And do you dare to have fun and say thank you? Now, why am I saying that? Because I'm talking about doing new things or things that you already started but at some point gave up on. So who is criticizing you? Is that someone else or is that you? Well, that's the question that I'm actually asking you. So I know a lot of people who are so enthusiastic about something and then they say, I'm going to start doing something, and then they stop again. And one of the reasons, number one, this is 11 or 2, number one, is they are like, but I cannot make mistakes. Now, what I love about the one who's watching right now is I know she goes on there live pretty often. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't really care about making mistakes. For you, it's a way to talk to others and, to have an outlet. And that's good. So let's start with, there's no such thing as mistakes. Well, the mistake could probably be you not going out there. But isn't this about learning too? And if you never try something, then how on earth are you going to get good at it? So this is about actually starting it up. Now, why am I talking about this? Because today is Monday, so it's the Monday Motivational Message, which I'm getting out there. I was actually thinking maybe I'm going to call it Monday Motivational Magic. I mean, it's more unique and I do like the sound of it. So, someone else I know who dares to make mistakes is someone else who is watching. And more importantly, I know she also dares to have fun. And why do I know so? Because the two of us have been road buddies for a long time, and we sort of think a little bit alike, at least when it comes to roundabouts. And we are not ashamed to show who we are. So in case you just tuned in, this is about Monday Motivational Messages or Monday Motivational Magic, and it's about starting things up. Now, I know there are people out there who actually follow their dream, which is awesome. Unfortunately, there are also people out there who do not follow their dream. They don't even start. And I cannot say how much I admire those people who say, I'm gonna do it, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm going to make it happen. Hello! Today is Monday Motivational Message Day, or Monday Motivational Magic. So I'm sort of playing with the terms, and I wanted to talk about how it happens that some people out there actually don't do the things they really want to do. So I'm challenging you today, and my first challenge was dare to make mistakes, because we are human, and actually, especially when we show behind the scenes footage, I do believe that people are graceful enough to actually say, okay, yeah, we get it, that you're not perfect, but oh my God, it's so cool that you're actually willing to show it. Now, this is not about me, this is about you. So I'm going to ask you, would you allow yourself, when you are seeing someone, talking to someone, maybe going live on stage, are you willing to make a mistake and then learn from it and get better? So let's see what Vero is saying. The difference between a dream and a dream come true is having the courage to follow your heart. Well, I couldn't say that any better. So yeah, it's about passion, it's about following your heart, and it's about never giving up, but always going on, finding that way, being focused on that one thing. And what I've noticed unfortunately, Vero is an exception to that rule, is that there are so many people out there who say, but I cannot do it. It takes up too much time. And, I'm one of those people who deal with health issues. Well, I know Vero is too. But this is about finding that moment. When can you find your energy and taking advantage of the moments that you can actually do it? And there's no such thing as, well, I'm not in the mood today. Not going to do it. Well, you can also summon the energy and say, you know what? I may not feel like it today, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've got this amazing opportunity to go do it. And maybe, yes, maybe I screw up. Could be true. I mean, we're humans after all. And yes, there are conditions and circumstances that we can predict, and there are those that we cannot predict. But still, it's about the message that we give to our brain. It's the message we give to ourselves. It's the message you give out there to you. So it's hard, but worth it. Yeah, I know it's hard, especially when you are dealing with a low amount of energy. And, especially when you also, and fortunately, that's not my case, but I know, so Vero's talking about this, and she's been hospitalized quite a few times. So, yeah, and I know the struggle that you are facing. And, I do hope that people, when they see you, also get inspired because you are showing the people out there that you can actually do it. And I mean, not to just have to make this all about Vero, but she is a good example in this case. And we see the photo shoots. Just check out La Vero Official on Instagram and you will see the photo shoots. But you will also see the fun. You see her serious when it comes to music and when it comes to videos. But at the same time, like last weekend, and yes, I'm using you as an example in this case. She was in a former church. So the building was still looking like a church, but they'd taken everything out. But apparently there was still a priest around. And, well, he captured all these shots from her, including when she was singing and she was cleaning up. And I mean, that's so immensely cool. And, that's one thing I do believe. It's so important to be us when you go out there for whatever reason it is you want to do. Be you and enjoy it. Have fun, which is the second thing. Have fun. Yes, of course, you want to achieve something, so you want to know about how to go about and how to do it. Hence why I say it's okay to dare to make mistakes. You are allowed to make mistakes. But then I'll go straight to the third one, which is, but dare to say, job well done to yourself. And, well, since Vero is on here, and it was so cool. And, we are talking about little snippets that she actually posted on there. But knowing her seeing her singing afterwards when she was cleaning up, that meant job well done. So she actually told herself, I did good. And, that's so powerful when you... Oh, okay, sorry. It's so powerful when you actually dare to admit to yourself, it was good. And of course, there have been days that things didn't go right and shoots were difficult. But then the moment that there is a shoot which actually is good, I mean, wow. Now, talking about daring to make mistakes, there are also other things which are not necessarily something that you can... Well, they happen. Things happen. Things in life happen. And yes, what Vero says is true. So Vero has a colostomy bag. And that comes with challenges. I didn't know until we started hanging out, which was about a decade ago. I think we're going towards 12 years, actually. And, well, I came to see her in the hospital. So I'm not sure if that was before or after seeing her at the concert first. But I do remember seeing her every day at the hospital when it was one of those surgeries that it was, either I'm going to survive or I'm not going to survive. And I also remember that we talked about, but what are you going to do? If you don't know if you're going to survive, are you going to spend that last day when you go into the hospital as if it's your last day ever? And just think about that for a second. If you would know this would be your last day, what would you have done? So, would you still be postponing everything? Or are you going to say, no way that I am. I'm going to make every moment, every second, every day count. And of course, if there is something you can do to influence it, all the better. But, in this case, Vero didn't really have that opportunity to influence it. She needs to live healthy and she needs to take her breaks and have the energy. But, that's probably as much as she can actually influence the whole process. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you're still watching. So, and one of the things that she's saying, and now we are talking about, when you are on stage, what happens when it doesn't go well with the colostomy bag? Are we able to somehow make it disappear as if no one sees it? Are you going to have there's someone I need to give a little signal so they know, someone that can take over, and you cannot stop in the middle of a song. Just imagine that you go off stage, you still have your microphone on, you're still singing, so others have to perform on stage. And then, of course, the questions are, what are the sounds while you are singing? Okay, well, you know better than I do, and I dare believe that you also could do it quietly, still singing, and everybody wondering, why is she going backstage? And why is she gone all of a sudden? But she's still singing. I can totally see it. I can totally see that happen, that no one would know what was going on, and you would know it. I would know it because I've been talking about it. But that's about daring to make mistakes, and this couldn't even be seen as a mistake. This is something that happens in life. I mean, we can pretend to be perfect, but is it realistic to actually think that we are perfect? Now, I know there are some others out there who are watching, and you are really quiet. And the question is, why are you? Is it because you don't feel comfortable? Because I'm talking about, in this case, Vero and getting on stage? Or is there more going on? Well, let's see what this says. I give my drummer, making a drum solo the moment I give a signal and have a bucket next to the stage to change the leaking bag. Oh, there you go. So the question is, who is going to be your drummer then? But that's a whole different ballgame. But yeah, I do like that idea. And of course, you can also do the same thing with guitar solos. But I totally see it. Well, anyway, this is about what is it you want to do? What is that one thing? And I know there are so many people out there who have all these plans and say, we are going to do this, that, and the other. But they never do. And that's why I celebrate Vero on here, because I know how hard she has been working. And I can tell you, it's also been a lot of fun just following her around. And sometimes I was literally walking behind her, because imagine this, we were talking about her colostomy bags and not being sure if she could actually survive it. Now imagine this, me walking around with a torn ligament on the inside of my ankle and a torn little bone which was moving around. And we were at a festival together. And there she was. Hi, hello, how are you doing? And there I was with one of the road crew walking behind her, and we were laughing our heads off. It was so much fun to actually see it happen. And then I believe in that same weekend, we actually stayed another day. And there she was. This time, no makeup on, in regular clothes, and she looks amazing. I'm not sure if I think that by now you know that you look amazing when you are not wearing your makeup and when you're in regular clothes. But it was a little getting used to. And this is what I'm talking about. Just go do it. Try it. Have fun. See what happens. And I can tell you that Vera and I, we used to have fun going on those road trips. We haven't had any road trips in a while. But it's about doing it, daring to go out there. And for the other one who's also watching, she's called Cheeky Joe. When it came to daring, we met up while we were traveling together to the US. Just imagine that. Someone coming from the UK, someone from me, from Holland. We didn't know one another as in physically. Yeah, we sure need to do it again. I agree. And we actually met up and got to meet up when we were sharing a room together. And oh my God, she got so upset with me. I found her a few times back. I'll leave it up to her where I found her. Working on getting that changed, by the way. But that was quite a challenge. But we were so passionate about what we were doing. And yeah, it was amazing going to Chicago together. We were so passionate about going to Chicago, seeing Chicago PD and Chicago Fire record in the streets, being actually at the fire station. We actually were in multiple fire stations. So, and we go and we did it. And we actually went to the Sears building all the way up. And that was kind of funny because it was not my dream to go up there. It was Cheeky Joe's dream. And what is he afraid of? Heights. Can you imagine that? Well, anyway, we did it. And I had her come into the glass box. It was literally a glass box. And I stretched out my arm, pretending that she could lean on it, which she could. And she did it. She did it. And so when we talk about dare to make mistakes, yeah, that was quite a thing for her to go do it. So, but you went up there, yeah, and you do get kudos. Are you hearing that? You are getting kudos. So that's the way to say job well done. So, and it's one of the coolest pictures actually of the two of us together. When we are standing there huge high up. You helped me big time to look down too. Oh my God, it was scary, but I did it. Yeah. So, and this is the thing. We don't know what we're capable of until we start doing it. And, me being the coach or the friend or in whatever context you get me, I like to give people that confidence, that boost. And I like to be a little crazy. Let's go do it. And, well, I've just been talking to two people here who I know can be a little bit crazy at times, but that's what makes it so much fun. I cannot say anything else. It makes it so much fun. But the question, of course, is, do we dare to be so when it comes to our dreams? Do we dare to get out there and make mistakes? Well, I'm on here and, well, I don't know. I'm just being me. And I just learned that it's okay to talk with my hands. And I was like, oh, so it's actually good to be moving. Well, I've learned that it was not okay to talk with my hands. But nowadays times have changed. So apparently it is good. So here I am. And getting out there. Well, I guess that for today, what I wanted to get across, a little motivational magic. And oh my God, she says, I gotta go flying to Malta. Oh, she's going to the warmth. Well, yes, I will have an amazing remaining life. It's not going to be long. I just wanted to share this message today. And when I share the message, and I do it live out there, so I actually wrote a few things down. Yeah, so this is from the training before, one of many pages, and this was about here. I use it to actually, not just to interact with you, it's also so I get some inspiration, like, okay, what am I going to write down? Get a little something out there that people can use. And well, since I said I'm going to get out there every Monday, so my goal is to post videos twice a week. Well, that's underestimating myself. I said I'm doing the Friday Night Live with Lady Lexi, which I'm doing weekly now. And then I said I'm going to include the Monday, first they were the Monday morning messages, but those who know me know morning messages and Lexi do not go well. So I changed them to Monday Motivational Messages, and now I'm thinking about changing them to Monday Motivational Magic. But here's the thing. I don't think I actually went live doing those Monday messages. And now I'm like, oh, actually it is kind of cool to go do it live. Just, I don't do it on all the platforms using StreamYard. I'm just doing it straight away, doing it live on Instagram. So the difference between Friday is Friday I do it for at least an hour or circa an hour. And being here on Instagram, I've learned that a lot of people don't want to watch too long. So I'm not going to do it like forever. But I do believe that my message did come across. And if it didn't, then please let me know. And if it did, please let me know too. That's why we have comments and everything. So this message, this motivational little piece of magic is about go do it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You'll learn from your mistakes and then you'll do it better. I promise you, it will only get better. Make sure you have fun, because if you don't have fun and it feels like an obligation, you won't be doing it anymore. And last but not least, dare to say to yourself, hey, job well done, kudos. One shoulder, two shoulders. And this is sort of still related to the last message, but I would like to say, don't forget to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You can choose whoever you say thank you to. Circumstances, universe, whoever. But let's be aware that in this moment, we can feel grateful for the fact that we are capable of interacting with one another. Me sharing my message, you communicating back to me, you watching me when I'm no longer alive, and of course choosing whether you want to comment or not, but doing something with this. And you know, if my gift for this week can be for you to go do that one thing and then just throw all the doubts, throw them all away, gone they are, and just enjoy and embrace the mere fact that you dare to do it, that you have the courage to go do it, and then enjoying doing it, just like Chiki and Joe and I enjoyed being at the Sears Tower all the way up high. Yeah, it was scary, it was. Was it scary to actually go watch the people record from Chicago PD in the streets? Well, actually, it was a little bit, because you didn't know if you were going to be chased away. You know, there were these moments that were like a little bit, but well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, especially when it came to a certain Amy. And yeah, you know, in retrospect, looking back at it. And by the way, I felt like that every day I was there. I was grateful, and I'm still grateful. And yes, that was a dream come true, seeing your idol. I know it was for you, Cheeky Joe. And for me, seeing them, knowing what the shows have meant to me in my life and still do. Yeah, that was and still is a dream that has come true. And, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but you never know. And the thing is, the only way to find out is to go do it again. And then we'll know better what's possible and what's not. And regardless of what's going to happen, I do know that we are going to have fun. And regardless of what's going to happen, we will have a good time, and I will be able to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will be able to say to one another, hey, job well done. So leave a comment about what it is that you want to do. And if you want to see the blog post about it, go to ladylexi.com/blog, and you will find somewhere motivational messages. It also will be on podcast. I'm setting up all these shows and talking about thinking I couldn't get things done. Well, if I see what I've done from December 1st up till now, and if you're wondering what has she done, then just check out Instagram. I mean, you'll see it. You'll see it. Anyway, for now, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and I'll talk again to you soon. Want to see more Monday morning messages? Then click here, go there. Yes, right there.